After almost an entire year of traveling, we're finally back in Mallorca. My plan while I'm here is to get myself back into shape and slowly get back into the swing of things. I've got this new trick in mind, and my goal is to go fully into project mode and try to get it done. It's going to test me in ways that no other trick has tested me before. I think it's going to be one of the most physically demanding tricks that I've ever tried. I've been freestyle highlining pretty much nonstop for the last 3 years. I had no real warm-up routine. I wasn't stretching before or after my sessions, and it finally caught up with me. Being injured was incredibly difficult for me because it pretty much brought everything that I was doing to a full stop. It forced me to redefine my training style. I'm going to be working for multiple days on an individual trick, but also focusing on resting and taking care of my body throughout.
What is the SUPERVADER?
Basically, you drop down into a rocket mount. You start a supersonic, pulling the line in as close to your body as possible, trying to accelerate the spin. Then you have to push the line away from your body, release with one hand, and initiate a Darth Vader motion. Then find the line with one foot, put the other foot on, open up, and hope that you're perfectly above the line. It's so powerful and so fast that I find myself closing my eyes during the supersonic part of it, just because it's so intense and I'm really trying to just rotate as fast as possible. And then I suddenly open my eyes again for the Darth Vader part and try to let my muscle memory take over and just do that Darth Vader motion that I know so well. You have to put your feet on at the bottom of the bounce blind. If you're not perfectly centered, you just get violently exploded off the line. This trick means a lot to me because if I'm able to do it, it will kind of signify that I have overcome my injury and that I'm back in the game. Now we're in Targasson, a bouldering area in the Pyrenees Mountains in the south of France. I managed to find a perfect 70-meter midline, which is exactly what I need to train the SUPERVADER. I was getting super close that session. It got to the point where I was putting my feet back on the line almost every attempt. I started feeling like maybe this could be the session. I had one where I almost saved it with a Yoda. And then a really strange one where I basically had it, and then suddenly I felt the line slip off the back of my feet. That one was a heartbreaker for sure. And then on one of the attempts, I put my feet on at the bottom of the bounce, and it kicked me super hard backwards, but I managed to grab the line and stick a back Yoda out of it. For half a moment, I felt like, oh, thank God, I got it, it's done. But something didn't sit right. I knew I was gonna have to do it again. The session right before this one, I was super close. I was so close so many times, it was really hard to just let it go that day. In the middle of the session, some wind picked up. Instead of just coming off the line when I recognized that it was not the right conditions for the trick, I kept going for it for much longer than I should have. I had 95 attempts that session. I was absolutely destroyed. I could barely walk back to the van. I was dizzy. I felt like I was going to throw up. I guess I'm still learning about what it means to listen to your body and to be realistic about the conditions and what's going on, that if it doesn't happen today, it just wasn't meant to be today, that it's going to happen when it's meant to happen, no sooner or later. It's a hard kind of Zen philosophy for me to relax into, but there's something important and valuable in those periods of rest and reflection. I spent the last 2 days basically just sitting in the van, resting, eating big healthy meals, making sure I'm giving my body the energy it needs. I wasn't planning to go down to the line today, but my body feels good, the weather's good, so I'm gonna go down and give it some tries. Right away, the rest that I had given myself was evident. I felt strong, the line felt poppy, there was no wind. I started getting excited and thinking today could be the day, but at the same time, I felt like I would be okay with walking away if I needed to. I do feel like everything happens for a reason. This injury has given me a chance to reconnect with myself and my body, and also to reevaluate what I want from freestyle highline. What's important to me is exploring movements, exploring new motions. My biggest goal now is to take what I learned from my injury and keep myself healthy so I can keep exploring and keep creating, hopefully for many years to come.